So I wanted to film outside today. It's beautiful outside. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's a nice breeze, and I just really wanted to film outside today. So today I just wanted to talk to you all about my everyday makeup routine and everything that I like to use every single day. So these are probably my most used and favorite products ever for like makeup and skincare wise. So let's get into it. So the first thing I do every single day, well, first I wash my face every morning. So I wash it twice a day, morning and night. And right after I like cleanse my skin and tone, I use the Younique Cosmetics Divine Moisturizer. This is thick enough to where it's super moisturizing, especially if I have really dry skin, but it's not too thick to where you can't use anything on top of it, like makeup or anything like that. So it's perfect for morning and night, and I love it. So I already put this on today. Um, it's fantastic. I can't really even say enough about it. It's like natural. It's got natural ingredients in it, so it's really good for sensitive skin. So it's not gonna like break you out or anything. But I use it on a daily basis. And then after I put that on, I let it sit for about a minute or two, and then I use the Stila One Step Correcting Primer. So I've already put this on my skin today. Basically, what it does is it has a peach corrector, a green, and a purple in it. And basically what that does is the green neutralizes any redness you have in your skin. So I have some redness like on my cheeks, a little bit on my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. And then the peach helps correct any like dark circles. So I like to put it underneath, I put it all over my whole face. So it helps correct dark circles, and the peach also brings life, or the purple, sorry, actually brings life back to your skin. So it's great for like brightening your skin. So if you have a problem with like dull, lifeless skin, this stuff is perfect. This stuff is really good if you don't like that your skin has redness, but you don't want to put on a whole bunch of makeup. You just, you want to go to the store or something. You can put this on by itself and it'll help neutralize all those areas on your face. My friend uses it just like that. She doesn't use makeup or anything, like foundation or anything, and it looks great. Like, it makes her skin look so good. So I use that every single day. It's amazing. I don't know what I was using before it. It's the easiest step if you want to do the whole color correcting thing, but you don't want to go in with a ton of makeup, like a lot of concealer and correcting. This is just, it literally is, it says one step. It is one step. It's fantastic. I would definitely recommend that to anyone. But it lays beautifully underneath my makeup, and I think it helps it last longer. Um, so I really love that. And the next product I love to use, this is my favorite foundation. It's the Dior Nude Air Serum Foundation in the color 023. I actually have purchased two other bottles of this. Like, I've used it up. I love it. It gives you like I want to say more of a natural finish. So it's not matte and it's not dewy, but it's more of a natural finish to your skin. It's just beautiful. It claims to have, what is it? It claims to have very minimal coverage, like very sheer. I disagree. I think it has like medium buildable coverage. You could make it full coverage if you wanted to, but it's never going to look cakey. Like, it has such a natural finish to the skin, and it just looks gorgeous. And it covers all the imperfections I have in my skin. Like, I have some like bumps and some acne on my skin, and it covers it perfectly without having to go in with like extra concealer. And I just love it. So the brush that I love to use that with is actually my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Um, Super inexpensive. You can get them. My Walmart sells them. I think Target now sells them, and Ulta also sells them. But this is fantastic. I think this brush was $8. It's so good. I know that Dior actually sells. They sell a brush for it, but I just like to use these types of brushes, like super dense and flat. I feel like that gives you the best coverage with this type of foundation. So, and it is a dropper, if you can see that, and I love it. It's more hygienic. So basically what I do is I take one full drop and I put it on the brush, and then I put a little bit on each part of my face, and a little bit down my neck, and I just blend that in. Stuff It literally gives the best coverage I've ever seen. And it's so buildable, but it looks so natural on the skin. Like, it gives you a very natural finish. It's not something I would say is matte at all by any means, but I love it. I mean, I have I don't want to say dry skin. I would say I have normal to dry. Like, I never have any issues with oil. I also don't have any issues with dry patches. So I feel like my skin's just a little dry when I get out of the shower or anything like that. But I feel like I moisturize really well and everything, so I don't have any issues with dry patches. So I can't really say. From all the reviews I've seen, I've never heard anyone say it clings to dry patches, but I don't have that in my experience because I don't have dry patches. So if you can tell, it covered up all the imperfections in my skin. It just looks gorgeous. It just looks beautiful. And I don't know if you can see it, but right here I do have a little discoloration still right here. And what I like to do is I literally just take a little bit more and I just press it into the skin and then buff it out. I absolutely love this because it's so buildable that you can see, and it covered that up. I just love it. I like to go in with just a little bit on both of my cheeks. I don't know why, but that's where I get most of my discoloration and bumps. It's always like in this area, and I just love that it's so buildable that you can go in with a brush underneath it and it doesn't disturb the foundation you've already laid down. Like, you can layer it and it still look beautiful. So just like to bring it down my neck and blend it out just a little bit more. I just love this. The only thing I have to say that I'm not a big fan of about this foundation is that I feel like they skipped a whole range in shades. Like, I think this is the second lightest shade, and this is me being tan. The lightest shade I had purchased when I was like fairer was so dark on me. I can't really use it when I'm really dark or like when I'm really pale. I can only use it when I self tan, which sucks because I'd like to be able to use it when I'm really pale too, because it's my favorite foundation. But I feel like if you're really, really light or you're really like a darker skin lady, they don't have a shade for you. And that's the only thing I just can't stand about it. But the product itself is fantastic. But Dior, you need to get on it and expand the shade range because that's a little ridiculous. But as far as concealers go, I really love to use the Maybelline Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. The one I have is in Fair Claire, and then I have another one and it's the Brightening Illuminator. I like to use the Brightening Illuminator underneath my eyes, and then I use the fair one the rest of my face to like highlight and things. So what I do with, it's just a twist up. I really love this. It lasts all day. I never have issues with creasing anyway. I guess I'm just lucky. My eyes don't really crease. I know it seems like a lot, but I swear this blends out beautifully. And then, yeah, I use it to prime my eyes too for shadow. I love it. As long as you set it right afterwards, I don't find it creasing in my eyes when I use it as eyeshadow primer. So this is the one I like to use. Okay. So, and I just take a dampened beauty blender, and I just buff it out. I really like to use this concealer as an eyeshadow base. Not only because, well, obviously to give like a base to my eyeshadow, but also because I mean, one, it doesn't crease, and two, it like helps with any discoloration you might have on your eyelids. Like I don't have any like veining or anything, but my eyelids are always like a shade lighter than the rest of my face. And it really just brings the whole, it makes, especially if you don't plan to wear eyeshadow, I would still suggest putting it over your eyelids just to where it blends in with the rest of your face as far as like your skin tone goes. But I just love to use it. It really does. Like I don't have very prominent dark circles, but I really do feel like it does a fantastic job at covering like my dark circles and things like that. So these two products are phenomenal. I love these. These are like my everyday. I literally use them every day. So the next thing I do is I go in with my Kat Von D Shade Light palette, and I take the lightest shade right here, and basically I set the concealer on top of my eyes, and then I actually don't set my foundation. I don't have a problem with oily skin, so I really like the finish that it gives. So I don't set my foundation. I don't feel the need to. So basically, all I do is I take the lightest shade, this one right here, and I just tap it right underneath, and then right near my nose, like in this little area where I put my concealer. Um, just to set it in case it were to crease or anything like that, and also like if I were to put some shadows or anything like underneath my eyes right here, it would blend easier. But I don't set my whole face, because I do use a bunch of powder products for like my blush and my contour or my bronzer and everything like that, and I feel like it just does it for me. So I don't have an extra product to set my face with just because I don't feel the need to. So the next thing I go in with is you need to bring some color back to my face. So I like to use the younique beachfront bronzer in the color Malibu. This is the second darkest, and it just looks like this in the pan. I really like it because there's like a matte shade and like a shimmery shade. So if like I only wanted to use one, I could. But basically what I do is I take an e.l.f. brush. I don't even know what brush this is, but it's like fanned out, but it's like flatter, if you know what I mean. It's like flatter, so it's great for getting in your cheekbones. So basically I just swipe both colors and I bring it down my cheeks and upside my temples. And this is what I do like on a day where I don't want to do anything too drastic, like I'm just running a few errands or something like that, and I bring it down my jaw. I love to use the Kat Von D, the Shade Light palette to contour with, but I don't contour my face every day. So this is what I do if I just want to do something that's really simple. And I do have like a rounded face, so I really like to take it across my temples right here and then bring it up towards my hairline just to bring some like life back to my face. Blend it out really well. And then the trick that I really like to use to give myself like the beautiful like pouty lips that everyone does is I take a slightly smaller brush and I dip it in the bronzer again and I put it like right underneath my lids. And it basically just creates a shadow. So it's the same thing as contouring. It's basically the same idea. You want to bring back the features that you don't want to highlight, and you want to highlight the features you do. So it's the same thing. You want to create shadows in your face. You put it underneath your cheekbones, on the sides of your forehead, and then at the top. So it takes those back. And your chin too. So it creates the illusion that you don't have like a double chin or anything like that. But I love it because it helps create like a fuller lip, basically. So if you struggle with that, try putting a little bit underneath your bottom lip. It really does work. So, and then the next step is obviously going to be blush. So I just use, this one's my favorite, especially if you're wanting to be like a bronzy look. This looks like a bronzer, but I swear it's a blush. It's Alpine Bronze by MAC. It is discontinued, which sucks because it's I don't know how long I've had this, but I love it. It's discontinued. I really wish you could still get it, but I think they have another one that's similar to it. If they do, I will link it below, but it's just this beautiful, like, shimmery bronze color. So basically, I just take it on a flat brush. It's like the one that I used for my bronzer, but it's just smaller. So I take it on a brush and I just sweep it on the apples of my cheeks and back. And then this one is also by MAC. It was a limited edition. I don't know what it was called, but I just use it as a blush topper. Probably doesn't make that big of a difference, but I just like to use it. And then just blend it out. And then, after I've done my blushes and everything, I like to go in with highlight. And the highlight that I love to use is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. It's this beautiful, like, it reminds me of Champagne Pop, but it's lighter. It's like lighter, and Champagne Pop was just a little too dark for my skin tone, even when I self-tan, but I just really like this one. The brush that I like to use is the Luxie 522 tapered highlighting brush. So basically, I just take some product and I sweep it on my cheekbones. A little bit on my forehead. Down my nose. A little bit on my chin. And then on my Cupid's bow. This highlight is, I love this highlighter. Can you see that right there? Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. So, I absolutely love this. I want to try some more from her. I had the Champagne Pop, and I love Jaclyn Hill, which is why I bought it. Unfortunately, it was just didn't look right on my skin tone, so I returned it, and then I got the Opal, which I feel like if you're my skin tone or you're just a little bit fairer, this one would look fantastic on you. It's more of like a golden instead of like a peachy, so I think you would really love it. So that one's just perfect. So what I like to do next is, I got my face done, so move on to the eyes. So what I do is I try not to do like a lot of eyeshadows, like on a day that I'm not trying to do something overly dramatic, like I'm just going to work or something like that. I'm the type of person where, I'm not going to lie, I still wear makeup just about every day, even to work. I just feel better about it. So I usually don't wear, like, I'll wear a full face of foundation and blush and things like that, but I won't use a whole bunch of eyeshadows. So basically what I love to do is the first one I like to use is MAC Naked Lunch. I don't know if you can even see this. It's just this really pretty pearly pink color. It's perfect. I like to use it in my crease just to as a good transition color. It's not like a must-have, but it's just easier to blend out. Especially if you're going to try to do like a smoky eye, it's great to have like a transition color just to create the illusion of more of a crease, especially if you don't have much of a crease. And the way that I really like to use this, I'll get up closer. My eye shape I feel like looks the best if I do it mostly in the corner and then bring it in a windshield wiper motion. Bring my cap, just bring this up so I have a mirror so I can see a little bit easier. But I don't know if you can tell, but basically it just gives you the illusion of more of a shadow. Because I do have more rounded eyes, my crease is like much lower than I would like it to be. So you want to give the illusion of, you know, higher set so that way you can have more lid space to deal with. So the next color I like to go in is just a very, very light taupe color. And it is MAC's Wedge. And as you can tell, like, I'm almost done. Like, it's almost gone. So I basically try to scrape as much as I can out of that. And then I do the same thing, the same motion. Like, I just put it in the inner corner or the outer corner. And then I bring it in. And I do the same thing to the other eye. And then I use one more shade in the crease. This one is MAC Cork. It's a taupe shade, but it's just slightly darker than the wedge that we just used. So I do the same thing, put it in the same place. And basically you're just building up the shadow. Sorry. So basically you could just leave it like this. And you could, you know, do the rest of your face, like put on your mascara and then do your brows and everything. But personally, I like a little bit more. So what I like to do is I will take MAC Nylon. It looks like a very like yellow shade when you see it in person, but it's just this beautiful highlight color. And I take, I think this is just, I don't know, it doesn't have a name. It's just a flat shader brush. I take it on one side and I put it up near my brow bone. It's a good highlighting color. I love this color. I don't care what skin tone you are, this color looks fantastic on you. And then I just blend that out. And I forgot to say, the brush that I'm using is the It Cosmetics. Oh, it's like worn off. I think it's number 105 maybe. It's just like a blending brush, but I really like it. It's very sturdy. It's really easy. I really love this brush. The It Cosmetics, their brushes are fantastic. I really love to use those. So basically, you could just leave it. Like, you could be done if you don't want to do anything else. What I'll do is I'll do this for like work, and then if I'm going out if I'm going out or something like that, I will add a pop of shimmer to my lid space. So the two shimmer shades that I absolutely love to use is MAC Gleam and then MAC Honeyless. Like, you can tell this one is like almost done. But this one, the Gleam, is more of like a pink color, and this one's more of a golden color. So it really just depends on how I'm feeling that day, I guess. So I'll go ahead and use the MAC. Let's see. I'll just use the MAC Honeyless. So basically what I do is I take the MAC Fix Plus, And then I use like a shader brush, and I'll spray my brush down with Fix Plus, and then I'll dip it in. Basically what this does is it takes it from a powder to a cream. So effectively what you're getting is you're getting the staying power and the intensity of a cream, but it dries down to the original form that it was. So it's just perfect. So if you have, I love to use this technique with glitter shadows. So, and what I love about MAC shadows is that you can use them wet or dry, especially if they're that type of finish. So basically what I do is I wet my brush and I dip it in the color that I want and I tap it. So it gives you that nice sheen to the eyelids, but it's not something that you're having to take like a cream shadow to do. And I love it. So I just let that dry for a second or two, and then I move on to my eyebrows. What I love to use for my eyebrows is actually the younique Precision Brow Pencil in the color medium. It has a spoolie on the end. I've tried the Anastasia. For me, I don't feel like they have like a shade that matches me perfectly. I mean, I love the formula of the Anastasia. I feel like this one's better, to be honest, and it's much cheaper because I think the Anastasia is like 22 and this one's like 16. So it's much cheaper, and the color is perfect for me. So basically what I do is I'll take the spoolie in and I'll brush the hairs up. So it's not as easy to do in the viewfinder, but basically I will just brush my hairs in place. And then I take the brow pencil and just fill mine in. I don't really like a dramatic eyebrow, I've noticed. I tried it. I just felt like it looked really fake on me. I didn't really look it on me. So basically what I do is I will fill in the ends of my brow more. I will darken those, and then I'll just lightly fill in the top, like towards the beginning of where my eyebrow starts. I feel like this shade is just perfect for me. I always feel like I look crazy right after I do my eyebrows. I feel like they just look drawn on or something, and then as soon as I finish everything else, I feel like they look fine. So there's my eyebrows. And then what I like to use next is I actually it may seem a little excessive, but I actually use two different brow gels. So the first one that I use is the younique Precision Brow Gel. I really like this one because it does have like a very small, it has a very small brush to it, and it's also tinted. And my favorite part about this is it actually has if you've ever tried the younique Fiber Lash Mascara, it has the fibers in this, so it actually helps to fill in your brows, like if you have any sparse areas in your brows. So I love it for that, and I also like that it deposits just a little bit more color, especially like right here in the very top of the very beginning of my brow where I don't usually put a whole bunch of product. So I love to use that. Just to like give it just a tiny bit more color and to brush them in place. And then I like to use the e.l.f. It's the, what is this? It's the eyebrow and mascara clear gel. As you could tell, it's like brown from using it. But then basically I just brush it lightly on to keep them in place all day. So there's that. And then my absolute favorite mascara ever. I really like the Younique Fiber Lash Mascara. I don't use it every single day. I like to use that when I go out places or something like that, like out on a date or maybe out with friends or something. But if I'm just going to work or something, I just throw this on. It's the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. I'm sure you've heard a lot about it. It is my favorite mascara. The wand is just fantastic. Like, I haven't seen any other mascaras that have a wand anywhere near it. So basically what I use, it's just perfect. It's perfect for lengthening and thickening. I haven't had a mascara that does both. Like, it'll either do one or the other. It'll lengthen, but it won't, thicken, or it'll thicken, then it won't lengthen, and it holds a curl really well, too. So I love this. I love this. Before I do that, what I'm going to do is, you probably can't see, but there's like a line from where I, So there's like a line from where I put on the mask or the eyeshadow. So I'm just going to blend that out. So, and now I'm going to go in with that mascara. What I love about this is you can literally build it up. I love that I can put on one layer and it looks great, and then I can put on another one. Making that face that everyone makes when they put on mascara. And the other thing about it, I'm not being too careful with it. Like, I don't know if you can see, but I did get some on my eyeshadow. I love about it is once it dries, you can literally take a fluffy brush like the ones we use for blending out, and it'll come off. So I love that. Am I the only one that switches hands to do their mascara? Apparently that's weird. I also don't have any problems with this like flaking on me. I don't know if I'm just lucky, but I've never had a mascara do that to me. I always put on like 2 coats of this. And I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to clean up the eyeshadow because I know I got some on it. And last but not least, my favorite lipstick. It's from NYX. It is their, what is this? Their butter lipstick, and the color is Snow Cap. It's like the perfect nude for me, even if I'm self-tanning. Just put it on my lips. I love these NYX butter lipsticks. They're like $4, I think, and they're so good. They smell like, I think they smell like Skittles, to be honest. And then the very last thing I do is I use the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. It is cooling and hydrating. I really like it. I wouldn't necessarily, it says it's cooling and hydrating. I wouldn't say it's hydrating. I definitely would say it's a little cooling, but definitely not hydrating. But I think it just helps my makeup stay in place. And I feel like my makeup looks better after I spray it. I think it just like melts into your skin and it makes everything look more natural. But yes. So this is the finished look. This is just me every single day. Not a whole bunch. I didn't do like contouring anything. I just basically used what I would use every single day if I don't want like an overly dramatic look. But yeah, I hope you all like it. Thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know if you've tried any of these products. Please let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Also, if you have any recommendations for me, something you think I'd really like, leave that below too. I would really appreciate it. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Bye.